Story 1. I cheated on my husband, BF, 6 years ago. I was gone for a temporary job in another country, and after few weeks/months I cheated on him several times with my newly met coworker. Thinking about it now, I got no excuses to do that. I was 21, but hell, I was deeply in love with him at that time. We were dating since almost 2 years, but I was already thinking about marrying him. Says was not as I expected, and I was a little bit worried about his commitment to our relationship. We were young, but that doesn't excuse what I have done. I was a terrible person. He fully trusted me and loved me. In return, I cheated on him with the very first guy I damped when I was far away from him. I thought several times about the reasons that pushed me to betray him. Understanding that was very hard, because at the end the main reason why a cheater cheats is because he is selfish and coward. Selfish because at the moment, I put my desires to sleep with another man first. I was completely aware that doing what I was doing will completely destroy my BF and our couple, but I did it anyway. I didn't want to have a single man in my life, says Uli, and I wanted to see what says looks like with another man. Well played, stupid girl. This was completely worthy losing the love of life. As for being coward, I was definitely as all the other cheaters. I didn't say, of course, the truth about my affair to my BF. He suspected something, but I always denied. I was even harsh many times. What the hell are you talking about? Does it mean you think I'm a cheater? I can never do something like that. Stop, it hurts. Oh, I really can't see a future with someone who cannot trust me. Etc. The worst part is that I kept lying and convincing him that he is completely crazy to doubt my honesty. I kept lying for 6 long years. We got married since 3 years ago, started thinking about kids, buying a new house, and was still lying to my husband about my infidelity during that temporary job every time he asked me about. The truth is that I regretted my actions when I was back home in September 2014. I understood that I have made a terrible mistake. I cheated on the most wonderful guy I have ever known for basically no reason. I suffered a lot, but I told myself that if I behave in the right way from now on, if I love, cherish him and fight any small attraction to other men in the future, then I can forgive myself, and it is absolutely not necessary to tell him about what I have done. I made a mistake, but I will correct it on my way. Knowing the truth will only destroy him and us. Then the revelation day, January 1st, 2021 came on. 6 years after my affair in August 2014. Yeah, after all this time. After a marriage and potential babies and discussions about buying a home together, I revealed the truth to my husband. As I am a real coward, I confess that I didn't do it spontaneously. He was asking many questions about details of my relationship with that guy, the coworker. In 6 years he never forgot about it, but at the end of 2020, things became intense. We were speaking about that story basically every week, then every day. Lying was beginning to be very, very hard and impossible to live with. So on January 1st, I woke him up and told him some smooth part of the truth. We only slept once. He insisted really hard. I didn't want it. Etc. Still lying and still a coward. My husband was not surprised. He told me that he always knew something happened with the suspected guy, instinct, but he also knows that I am still lying. The version I gave him was too smooth and too kind. He insisted that I didn't happen once and that it was dirty, says, etc. Telling the whole truth is really a very difficult task to do. It took me 3 more weeks to give him the full version of the story. We slept 4 times together. We tried that position. It was that day. My husband needed details, very specific. I owe him that. Telling him those details is one of the most difficult things that I have ever done. Now we are working on our relationship. It is very, very, very hard. I hurt him so deeply that I don't know how we will go through this. His trust is completely broken. Now he believes that I cheated on him many other times with other guys. He thinks that I trapped him with marriage and I was going to do so with kids. He cannot sleep/eat anymore. I completely destroyed him. I will do anything to make him feel good again. I am not even accepting that he forgets me. I just want to make sure that he is better. I love him so much, and it hurts me to know that I crushed him inside. I never ever cheated on him after August 2014. Once a cheater is not always a cheater. I was young and stupid. But the main mistake is that I lied for so many years and I decided to keep that secret with me to the grave. His life choices depended on that secret and deserved to know much sooner. I put my willing to continue our relationship before his right to know the truth, and I decided for him that he didn't need to know for what I have done. Cheaters are really coward and selfish persons. And I am one of them who by my actions destroyed a good loving man. I never ever cheated on him after August 2014. Once a cheater is not always a cheater. You can't say this unless you're on your doomed bed. You have to prove this statement with working on yourself for the rest of your life. Fully agreed. I will prove it. For the right moment I can't do more. The rest of my life since cheating day has lasted until today. It sounds like this slowly metastasized into an obsession with him. He claims that he always knew something happened, yet he married you anyway, and then continued probing, year after year, which further cornered you into having to compound your lies. I worry that this is turning into a game of manipulation, where he can stew in his wounds while you sink into greater depths of guilt, but this all feeds back in a vicious circle. I'm not saying he's doing this on purpose in a performative way, he's probably genuinely hurting, but the whole thing doesn't sound healthy. Something analogous to Munchausen syndrome, but where you're the supposed cause of his scars even if he has a role in making them deeper. Duck, 6 years of gaslighting, that poor guy. Leave him if you know what's good for him. Waywards have a tendency to become parasites after D-Day. I am telling you right here and right now that he'll heal faster and better, if you're not around. He will never get rid of the betrayal trauma as long as the source of his trauma sticks around. You love him, right? That implies you'd want him to be the happiest and healthiest he can be. I am guaranteeing you the fact that NC from all betrayers is the best thing ever in terms of clearing his head, settling his boundaries and determining a good plan of actions. Ideally you should give him a 90-day separation. Practically it's kinda hard, given that most waywards are either A, too weak-willed to cut the affair off or B, unable to go through their own healing process without saddling their betrayed with it. Oh, and send your BS to Reddit, I've got a lot of stuff to tell him. Edit, read The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk, and Cheating in a Nutshell by Tamara and Wayne Mitchell. They will explain his body's reaction to his trauma, both physiological and psychological. It is near inhumane to make him stay with the source of his trauma, and is just another manifestation of your greediness and selfishness. You won't send a Korangal vet back into the theater, would you? Hi OP, I think BSs get emasculated and deeply hurt when ASO carries on an affair, but what really pains them more are the lies, manipulation and gaslighting. I hope that you can see that 6 years of gaslighting has really taken a toll on this poor man. If you really want to start taking steps to show you're worthy of reconciliation, you really need to take immediate steps to rebuild trust and respect. Here's some immediate steps. 1. Set up a lie detector test appointment with him present to clarify that this was the only moment 6 years ago. 2. If you have kids, submit to a DNA test even without him asking. It'll show that although it's very embarrassing, you are willing to own it. 3. Write down a foolproof confession with a complete timeline and sign it. 4. Share your location, phone records, text messages and social media passwords for a temporary period of time. 5. Try not going out to social events if he's not there or unless one of his mutual friends is there. This also means checking in with where you are even if he doesn't ask for it. 6. If you are willing, confess to your gaslighting and cheating to a few family members and mutual friends with him present. Apologize to him in front of them. There's a lot of additional steps you also have to take, but that comes after the 5 steps mentioned above are completed. You definitely have to go to an IC to get to the root cause of why you did this. You might have pondered on it by yourself, but what's to say it's accurate? A professional will be able to recognize your flaws and in turn help you find strategies to never let it happen again. I actually think maybe a temporary NC separation period might be a smart idea. You can complete these steps, get professional help and start researching how to help your husband through such a terrible betrayal. I'm more than happy to give you suggestions on how to help your husband heal during reconciliation, but please try and get these immediate action items completed first. I wish you the best of luck. Worldwide comments of the day. Man, you are too good for her. Move on and be happy. Sorry, she isn't a safe bet as a partner, just move on, leave her, get on with your own life. That first guy. What the duck? Why would OP leave his son around an unemployed chain-smoking bum? The guys who said she's the mother of my children, she gave zero craps about him being the father of her children. If she got in the relationship 2 weeks before the breakup, it's not a rebound, it's an affair. As far as OP being independent, if that was true, he wouldn't be asking this question. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.